What's up, guys? Daniel at DLifeHD, and today we're going to talk about 10 indie games that came out September 2020 for mobile that you really need to check out. There are a ton of different types of games here, so with all that said, sit back, relax, and let's get on with the show. At number 10, Dadi. This is an interesting puzzle game that reminds me of Edge. You're basically a cube that can gather or break apart with other pieces. Your objective is to reach the button on the other side of the puzzle while still achieving everything else on the map. At number 9, Rip Them Off. In essence, you work for a large retail corporation where you have to come up with advertising ideas that will get people to buy your stuff. The more you get people to buy your stuff, the more promotions you get. But the biggest purpose is to rip people off. Morally, I don't agree with this, but it seems like an interesting idea for a game. At number 8, Brightpaw. You're a cat who's facing some crazy challenges that most cats will never face. You'll be avoiding killer robots, dodging lasers, flamethrowers, and everything in between. It appears to work on a tactical board where you can only move a few steps at a time. At number 7, Hyena Squad. This is a tactical-based game as well. Instead of cats, you're robots now and actually shooting at other monsters. It looks like you have many types of characters you can play as while also having the ability to update your weapons and items. The graphics look great and the setting appears to be in space. At number 6, a Sword Shot. This is an interesting game where you're a sword and you shoot at enemies that have things rotating around them in certain patterns. The best way to defeat these enemies is to learn the patterns as they grow in speed. You can defeat the enemy more easily as you upgrade your weapons. At number 5, Arunas Adventure. If you were a fan of The Legend of Zelda on the NES, this will be the game for you. The graphics and gameplay look exactly like that old classic Zelda game. The bosses look absolutely insane, and the game in general looks just the right amount of challenging. At number 4, Azure, Saga, Pathfinder. If you like turn-based RPGs with the ability to explore your surroundings, then you'll like this one. The environment is open world, but lies on a floating plane. So as you explore the environments, you only get a small piece of the terrain at a time. You also have surprise turn-based fights. At number 3, Trooper Brook. It appears that this is an adventure game in a sci-fi universe where you travel to a parallel universe in 1960 Germany. You win a trip to a remote village in Germany, but instead of having a relaxing time, you oddly end up having to save the world. All the sets are apparently handmade, so the art style is really captivating. At number 2, RPG Crystal Ortho. This one gives me old school Final Fantasy vibes. The graphics and characters look like those games as well. Not only that, but it adds a different turn-based battle style that no RPGs I've ever played have ever done. And when in battle, you go into first-person mode and it appears like the enemy is attacking you instead of the characters you take on your journey. And finally, at number 1, the Unfinished Swan. Probably the most interesting game concept I've seen in a while. At its core, it's an adventure game where you explore and traverse terrain. It starts you off with a blank canvas, and you discover when you walk by splashing paint all over the place. As you go through the game, you get to use colored paints to discover more environments and solve puzzles. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Let us know which of these games you like best in the comments below, or if you're currently playing them. We love talking to you guys. Also, make sure to support these indie devs if you think any of these are for you. Remember to like and subscribe for more videos like these. Lastly, check out our Twitter account for gameplay of the latest releases, but most importantly, remember to always stay one up.